This is a story of a gangster who one day goes into a high school student's body, after which he has to face the police in the school. And at the same time, he finds out something that he was unaware of until now. And with this, his whole life turns upside down. Friends, this Korean drama is very interesting and full of action comedy. Do watch this video till the end. You will definitely enjoy it. So the story begins with a gangster boss, Jang, whose life was going very well. He had no shortage of anything except for a good wife. His wife, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬, didn't love Jang at all. But Jang didn't care either, because she only married 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 because she is the daughter of the chairman of Hanho Company. Anyway, Dae Jang finds out that a carpenter's shop is coming in the middle of his new project, and the carpenter is refusing to remove his shop. Knowing this, Jang calls his most loyal man, Manchul, and tells him to take some men and remove the carpenter's shop from there. On the other side, the carpenter Jang was already scared, and then Manchul comes here with a lot of men. After this, all the men treat Jang a little, and then Manchul says that if you don't sign yourself in the count of 3, then we will cut your hand and put a thumbprint on it. Jang is also scared and signs now. At the same time, when Jang was eating comfortably at night, then another man named Yang comes here, who wanted to get ahead of Jang at any cost. Here, Jang insults Yang a little, and after getting his insult, Yang leaves from here. Now after a while, Jang gets a building from the company, and to celebrate it, Jang comes to a restaurant to eat ramen. But actually he didn't care about ramen. He had come here to see someone. Here, a high school boy, Dong, was also eating in front of Jang. Now here, Jang asked the owner of the restaurant that 10 years ago, a woman used to run this restaurant. Now where is she? On this, the restaurant owner says that that woman must have died. Hearing this, Yang tastes ramen, which he doesn't like at all, and then he is going to make a payment. Then that boy Dong gets a call from someone, and then he leaves here in a hurry. He tells the lady that my wallet is lost somewhere. Hearing this, the lady says that son, go. This uncle will also give money from your side. After this, that lady also takes money from Yang and says that in return for this, I will give you a gift soon. Now Jang gives money and starts going from here, but because of the garbage car, he gets stuck in the jam and stands outside. And here, that boy Dong was also trying to take off a shoe while walking on the roof, and then suddenly he falls down on Yang, which makes Jang unconscious there. Now after this, Jang comes to consciousness in a hospital. The nurse comes to him and says that son, have you woken up? Jang thinks that why is this nurse calling me son? That nurse goes to call the doctor. Then Jang gets up and goes out, and a man again says to him that son, have you woken up? Jang was thinking that have all these people gone mad? These people are calling a 40-year-old man a son. But then he gets a big shock. He sees his body in front of him, which was lying on the bed, and he had gone into a coma. Now after this, the same carpenter Yang also comes here, and starts calling Yang his son, and Yang comes to know that his soul has come to the body of the same high school boy, which had fallen on him. After seeing all this, Jang is surprised. The doctor thinks that Dong has been injured by falling on this boy's head. That's why he is behaving a little weird. Here, the carpenter Jang says that my son's way of speaking has also changed completely. He says that Dong, I am your dad. Can't you recognize me? But Jang says that old man, keep your hand away from me. I am not your son. The doctor says that maybe he has been injured on his brain. He will be fine in some time. Now after this, Yang remembers that he has come to the body of the same boy, which he had met in the restaurant. And surely the woman of the restaurant has changed his soul. Yang immediately goes back to the restaurant. But now there was no restaurant there, and he has an argument with a woman. That woman was saying that that restaurant has been removed from here years ago, but Jang tells her that I had eaten ramen here yesterday. But that woman thinks Jang is crazy. Hearing the news of Jang's real body going into a coma, that man Yang is very happy. Here Jang reaches his house and sees that his wife is crying. Jang thinks that maybe his wife is very sad about Jang's coma, but actually she was crying because her necklace was broken. Now Jang's wife is scared to see him. Jang says that I am your husband. I am Yang. But his wife doesn't believe. She rings the alarm and picks up a sword. Then the guards come here and hand Yang over to the police. Then the officer asks Yang, why did you go to that house? Were you going to steal there? Yang gets angry. He says that the whole house is mine. Why would I steal in my house? The carpenter stops his son Dong and tells the police that he has an injury on his head, which seems to have been removed. Now forgive him. Then they take him away from here. Now after this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 starts falling on his body again and again in the hospital so that he can go back to his real body. Then the loyal man of 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬, Manjul, comes here, but he thinks that maybe he has come to a couple's room. That's why he starts going back. But he remembers that this is his boss's room. He comes in and says that, "What are you doing with my boss?" Manjul recognizes that this is the same fat guy who fell on my boss and put him in a coma. Now the doctor comes here. 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 leaves from here. Then he comes to his house with the carpenter 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬. Here 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 had cooked a lot of food for his son, but seeing so much food, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 says that I can't eat so much. But after tasting a little, something happens to him. And when his eyes open, he finished all the food. After this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 says that, "Son, you rest now. We will go to school tomorrow and talk about it." After this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 comes to this boy Dong's room. Then the next day, they both go to school. 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 sits like a boss and does not reduce his attitude at all. After this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 talks to the principal. Along with the principal, this thing spread throughout the school that the day Dong fell, Dong doesn't remember anything about that day. Carpenter 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 tells the principal that my son can't take such a step, that he himself jumped off the building. Surely other children must have done something to him. But the principal refuses. And after hearing all this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 understands that the principal is hiding something. He refuses to worry the carpenter anymore. And then this boy comes to Dong's class. The teacher tells all the children that Dong has not recovered completely due to that accident. That's why keep helping him in everything. But some boys in the class welcome Dong with their middle fingers. After this, some girls in the canteen area start bullying a girl 𝐿. A girl mixes Fanta in 𝐿's food and then tells her to eat it. 𝐿 doesn't fight back and starts eating it. After this, those girls put all their food on him. After seeing all this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 tells them to let him have lunch. Why are you bothering him? But then a boy, 𝐷 comes to him and says, "Hey loser, you are not talking much." He was going to kill 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬. But a teacher comes and stops them from fighting. But then after lunch, those boys stop 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 again. The same boy, 𝐷 says, "It seems that you don't remember anything, but even though you are injured, but you have to bring a burger for us for lunch every day, otherwise you will get beaten." But 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 slaps him instead. After this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 slaps him again. And in the third round, that boy, 𝐷 also gets scared. Then 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 says, "Tell me something. Did this boy, Dong, that is me, do anything to you? That you are bullying him, that is me? Or was he, that is me, just an easy target?" After hearing this, 𝐷 says, "Fatty, you were a very easy target. That's why we used to bully you." After hearing this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 slaps him again. And then he starts hitting his friends too. Then another boy, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬, sees him, who was scared of him and brought food for him. But because now he had seen these bullies getting beaten, that's why these people take him to the bathroom and start beating him and say that if you try to tell anyone about this, then it's not your fault. These people were going to take 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬's pan off and make a video of him so that 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 can be blackmailed later. Then 𝐁𝐨 comes out from behind, and 𝐁𝐨 drops all of them on the ground with the power of his stomach. After this, he takes 𝐷 phone and sees that there are many photos of this boy, that is Dong, in which he is being bullied. 𝐁𝐨 slaps that boy again and says that I will return your phone after a while. Now after this, he comes home and checks the phone, and 𝐁𝐨 finds a video in it, from which he finds out that all these boys were bullying Dong that day. He hung the same girl 𝐿's shoe on the antenna and told Dong to walk on the wall to take it off. And doing the same thing, this boy Dong fell on 𝐁𝐨. 𝐁𝐨 had now found out everything. What had happened to this boy Dong? At the same time, 𝐷's boss now starts killing him and his friends, because 𝐷 had not deleted that video from his phone. And then 𝐁𝐨 comes here and threatens that boy, says that I have made a copy of that video, so stay away from me now, otherwise it won't be good for you. Saying this, 𝐁𝐨 starts going with that boy 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬. On the other hand, 𝐁�'s wife was taking advantage of her husband's coma. Then 𝐁 comes in front of them. 𝐁 tells them that I have taken your photos, in which you two were together, and now I am going to send these photos to Chairman Han. 𝐁's wife says that come to the point directly. What do you want? On the other hand, 𝐁 again comes to her body in the hospital, where her loyal man, Manjul, was sitting next to her. He again looks at 𝐁 and says, "Hey fat man, I told you not to wander around my boss again." Hearing this, 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 spits at him, and then he starts telling him that I am your boss. He tells Manchul a lot of things, which only 𝐁𝐸 could know. This now makes Manchul believe that this fat man is his boss. Then, while quenching his hunger, 𝐁𝐸 asks Manchul, "Why were you around my body?" On this, Manchul tells that a rumor has spread. "That man Yang wants to get you killed in the hospital. That's why I was protecting your body." Now the next day at school, a girl bumps into 𝐁𝐸. She was going somewhere in a hurry, and she drops her teddy bear. 𝐁𝐸 follows her and returns her teddy bear. This is the same girl, 𝐸𝐸. She says that, "Dong, have you really lost your memory? You don't even recognize me." Now this girl 𝐸𝐸's mother comes here. 𝐁𝐸 is surprised to see her, because actually this woman, 𝐵𝐵𝐶, was 𝐁𝐸's first love. 𝐵𝐵𝐶 looks at 𝐁𝐸 and says, "This is you, right? How old are you?" 𝐁𝐸 says, "𝐵𝐵𝐶, what are you doing here?" After hearing this, 𝐵𝐵𝐶 hits her and says, "Don't you have manners to talk? You are so young and calling me by my name." 𝐵𝐵𝐶 starts hitting her and runs away from here. Then 𝐁𝐸 starts remembering the old moments of her and 𝐵𝐵𝐶 and thinks that if 𝐵𝐶 is 𝐸𝐸's mother, then who is her father? Then during school, he breaks some of 𝐸𝐸's hair, and from DNA test, he finds out that 𝐸𝐸 is his daughter, who was bullied in school. After knowing all this, he gets angry. The next day in school, the same girls start troubling 𝐸𝐸 again and say that you have stolen our lipstick. She checks her bag. Seeing this, 𝐁𝐸 says, "I stole your lipstick. I wanted it, but I didn't like it, so I threw it away." In this way, 𝐁𝐸 saves 𝐸𝐸, but he sees that his daughter is crying. That's why 𝐁𝐸 shows Manchul the photos of the same girls and says that these girls have troubled my daughter. Teach them a good lesson and break their bones. But Manchul says, "Boss, we can't do this. These are high school girls, and they are so much younger than us. Maybe 𝐸𝐸 should take care of this herself in school." After knowing this, 𝐁𝐸 talks to 𝐵𝐵𝐶. 𝐵𝐵𝐶 didn't know that this boy had the soul of her first love. She thought it was a doll. 𝐁𝐸 tells her everything and says that even the teachers are ignoring the bullying. 𝐵𝐵𝐶 starts getting worried. She doesn't know what to do. She says that this is all 𝐁𝐸's fault. She has no idea what her daughter and I are going through. Now, hearing herself bad, 𝐁𝐸 says, "Don't worry, I will handle everything in school." 𝐁𝐸's wife had met with 𝐸𝐸. She tells her dad, the chairman, that 𝐁𝐸 has cheated 3 billion won. She shows some papers to Chairman Han. Now 𝐁𝐸 decides that she has to save her daughter. She also has to bring this boy's body in shape. That's why 𝐁𝐸 starts practicing in the gym. And 𝐵𝐵𝐶 had sent 𝐸𝐸 here too. But 𝐸𝐸 says, "I am not going to practice fighting with you here." She starts going. But Manchul stops her as their new teacher. And then he starts training them to fight. In a few days, 𝐸𝐸 becomes a very good fighter. And 𝐁𝐸 also loses weight and comes in shape. He goes to school, and all the girls in the school are surprised to see his new form. And along with the girls, the boys were also watching him. After this, 𝐁𝐸 comes to his house with 𝐸𝐸 from school, where he gets many photos of his daughter. He sees a photo of his childhood and takes a photo in his phone. Here, Carpenter 𝐁𝐸 starts going home with his salary after working hard. But in the middle of the road, some men surround him. Carpenter 𝐁𝐸 had borrowed money from these men 2 years ago, and now these men start hitting them to take money from 𝐸𝐸. Then 𝐁𝐸 comes here. Seeing 𝐁𝐸, he starts fighting these men, but his Reds catch him, and they keep getting beaten up by themselves. Then he says to these men, "You only have a week's time. Bring me 80 million won in a week." Saying this, they leave. 𝐁𝐸 sees that Carpenter 𝐁𝐸 is unconscious. Now after this, Manchul alone reaches the den of those men. Manchul fights all of them alone, and after beating them up, he says to them, "That Carpenter 𝐁𝐸 took 5 million from you 2 years ago, and now you are asking him for 80 million. Reduce his loan. Otherwise, it won't be good for you." That man also fears and listens to Manchul. Here, 𝐁𝐸 cooks food for Carpenter 𝐁𝐸, and seeing this, 𝐁𝐸 is very happy that his son took such good care of him. He says that I also got a call from those men. They have reduced my loan. Now after this, 𝐁𝐸 was happy to see his daughter's photo in the school. Here, those girls again come to him and trouble him. But this time, she is not afraid of him. She starts beating them up, and she threatens these girls and leaves. Seeing this, 𝐁𝐸 is very happy that his daughter is just like him. Now after this, he goes to Mason's restaurant and tells him everything. Knowing this, Mason is also very happy, and she feeds him ramen. Mason says that I remembered someone after seeing you eating like this. She says that these days you are reminding me of Yoon's dad. Now some customers start teasing Mason. Seeing this, Jang gets angry. He goes to that man and starts arguing with him, and the matter comes to a head. Jang sends Mason to the kitchen, and then he starts saving these people alone. He grabs a man and says that, "How did you even touch my wife?" Jang starts beating him badly. Mason comes out and stops him, and says that this man will die like this. Then she says that, "Who are you after all? And why are you calling me your wife again and again?" After this, Jang tells him everything, that his soul has entered this boy's body. But Mason did not believe these things at all. Hearing this, Jang starts telling him that there is a heart on the side of your stomach, and if you want, I can tell you more private things than this, which only I know. Hearing this, Mason gets scared. Then she asks, "Where did we meet for the first time? And where did we break up?" Jang tells him everything, and says that, "When you came to meet me for the last time, then why didn't you tell me that you are pregnant? I would never leave you." Mason believes that this is Jang. She says that, "Why have you come back now? And Yoon is not your daughter. I have raised her alone. After all, you are still a gangster. That's why I left you." Mason tells Jang to go from here. Jang also has to go from here out of helplessness. That's when Mason starts remembering that day, when she went to meet Jang for the last time. She was going to tell Jang the truth, but Jang had left her first, because she was getting married to the chairman's daughter, with which she would get a lot of money. Remembering all this, Mason gets angry. Then the next day at school, Jang was sitting with Yoon. Then a rich boy comes to Yoon and says, "Will you come to my birthday party today?" He was inviting Yoon, and seeing this, Yoon is surprised, because Yoon liked this boy. And as soon as Jang realizes that her daughter likes this boy, Jang gets up from here and leaves. The same Mason was still lost in thought, and that's when Jang messaged him and calls him to meet. The next day, Yoon comes to the party in the village of the same rich boy. Here, Jang's school friend was also stuck between the same gangsters, and that's when they talk. That today Yoon has gone. She won't even know why she has been called to the party today. Jang's friend hears all this. Here Mason comes to meet Jang. Jang meets Mason and tells him that what he did to Mason in the past, he is ashamed of him, and now he wants to live with Mason. But Mason does not agree, and says that this is not possible, and you are already married. The people around are surprised to hear this, that this child is married at such a young age, and his affair is also going on. Mason is now leaving. That's when Jang stops him and kisses him, and seeing this, Mason slaps him. The people around were shocked. That what is all this going on? Mason now takes Jang to the police. Jang apologizes to him. That's when he gets a call from his school friend, which tells that perhaps Yoon is in danger today. And knowing this, Jang now drives a car, asking the location of Yoon's class from those girls. He starts going to the party. Here that rich boy forcibly tells Yoon to drink. Yoon does not agree, and then he shows his real form, and says that, "I did not call you to such a party." He pours a drink on Yoon. After a while, Jang also reaches here. He stands outside and kills the guards, and then comes inside and starts looking for Yoon. Some boys were teasing Yoon. Jang starts taking him, but those boys come in the middle. Jang breaks a boy's neck and starts fighting the other boys. As soon as he sees, he kills everyone. One boy was a little better at fighting, but after eating 3 to 4 punches, he also falls. One of those goon girls. Seeing this, a girl falls in love with Jang. Here Yoon now gets rid of that rich boy and throws his walnut in the pool. After this, both leave from here. Now the next day, Manchul was going to see Jang's real body, so some men stop him outside and say that it is the chairman's order. No one can meet Jang. After this, Manchul comes to Jang and tells everything, that your wife has trapped you in a false accusation with Yang, and now the chairman thinks that you have cheated 3 billion won, and when you were running away, you had an accident. Jang thinks what he should do now. After this, Manchul sends a letter to the chairman at the behest of Jang. Here Jang again comes to Minsun and asks, "How is Yoon?" Minsun says that if you really care about Yoon, then go away from here. Jang starts going. Then the same girl comes in front of him. She asks that, "Are you and Yoon dating each other?" Jang refuses in anger. And after hearing this, that girl says to J.A.N.G., "Then you become my boyfriend." But J.A.N.G. refuses. That girl gives a box to J.A.N.G. and leaves from here. Then Yoon comes here. She sees this and says, "Will you date that girl?" But J.A.N.G. refuses. On this, Yoon says, "Then you become my boyfriend." J.A.N.G. refuses in anger and starts leaving from here. Now after this, Yoon tells her mother Min-soon that she wants to make Dong her boyfriend. Min-soon is angry and surprised to hear this because she knew that Dong is actually Yoon's father. Min-soon says that you stay away from him. Now the next day, Min-soon catches J.A.N.G. from the school and says that what are you doing? That your daughter now wants to make you her boyfriend. J.A.N.G. says that I just wanted to be her friend. Min-soon says to J.A.N.G. that you go away from here and never come back to our life. We can never be one again because you are already married. Now Yoon comes here and says that who is married. Here without thinking, J.A.N.G. says to Yoon that I like your mother. Yoon is surprised to hear this. She thinks that her mother has snatched her love from her. Yoon gets angry and runs away from here. Min-soon now gets angry at J.A.N.G. and says that why did you say that? Here J.A.N.G. kills the guards and comes to J.A.N.G.'s body. He came to kill J.A.N.G. But then J.A.N.G. comes to his senses. He says that uncle, your mouth is open. Seeing him in his senses, J.A.N.G. becomes unconscious. Now after this, J.A.N.G. comes to Dong's house and calls Carpenter J.A.N.G. his dad. Here we come to know that Dong's soul has come to J.A.N.G.'s body. But for his dad, he was a man. He starts getting scared. Dong was also crying. Then J.A.N.G. comes here. He understands that the same boy has now come to his body. Dong also understands everything. And seeing this, he gets scared. Then J.A.N.G. kills him and calms him down. And then J.A.N.G. starts explaining everything to Carpenter J.A.N.G. In the beginning, he does not believe at all. But after a while, he understands that these two are telling the truth. Now after this, J.A.N.G. says to Dong, "Hey boy, you like Yoon, right? If you help me, you can get close to him." Here J.A.N.G.'s wife was getting angry at J.A.N.G. because he could not kill J.A.N.G. J.A.N.G. says, "Don't worry, I have put my men to work. They will soon find J.A.N.G." Now a man comes and tells that we know where J.A.N.G. has gone. Here J.A.N.G. comes to Min-soon with the same boy Dong. And Dong now talks to Min-soon as J.A.N.G. and lies that our souls have come back to our own bodies. After this, Dong starts apologizing to Min-soon as told by J.A.N.G. But then J.A.N.G. comes here with his men. Seeing this, Dong starts crying out of fear. Min-soon also understands everything. Now after this, J.A.N.G. sends them both to the kitchen and tells Dong to keep Min-soon inside. After this, J.A.N.G. starts fighting these goons. J.A.N.G. thinks that he is a high school boy. That's why J.A.N.G. doesn't take him seriously. But as soon as he sees J.A.N.G., he kills all the men. Then J.A.N.G. sends his most powerful man to fight. There is a fight between J.A.N.G. and him for a long time, in which finally J.A.N.G. starts killing him. But then J.A.N.G. attacks him from behind and puts a knife around his neck and says that J.A.N.G. come out. But then Min-soon comes out. She starts the cylinder and holds the lighter in her hand and says that if you don't go from here in 3 counts, then I will set fire and kill all of us. J.A.N.G. gets very scared, and taking advantage of the opportunity, J.A.N.G. starts killing him again. But Min-soon refuses to fight him. Then J.A.N.G. runs away from here with his men. J.A.N.G. now comes to Min-soon and closes the cylinder and takes the lighter from his hand. Min-soon was also very scared and sad from inside. Then Dong also comes out. Min-soon now starts talking to Dong away from the real J.A.N.G. She says all those things in front of J.A.N.G.'s body, which she had suppressed in her heart for so many years. Min-soon tells her that I missed you a lot. And finally you came back after 17 years. Min-soon hugs her. J.A.N.G. also understands that Min-soon still loves her. Now after this, the chairman of J.A.N.G.'s company calls his daughter. Chairman Han had found out from the same letter sent by J.A.N.G. She wants to trap him by meeting J.A.N.G. And actually J.A.N.G. did not steal any money. Chairman tells his daughter that he wrote this letter before the accident, and we also checked the writing. And this writing is completely J.A.N.G.'s. Hearing this, she says that how can this happen? I had joined hands with J.A.N.G. after the accident. With this, the chairman understands that his daughter is deceiving him. He had also found out about his daughter's affair. Here J.A.N.G. explains the whole script to Dong and tells the chairman to speak according to it. After this, the boy becomes Dong J.A.N.G. and comes in front of the chairman. The real J.A.N.G. was sitting in the car and telling everything to Dong through the radio. Now the chairman starts refusing to give even a rupee from his daughter's money. In anger, his daughter tells him that 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 also has a daughter, and she is also having an affair with a woman. Hearing this, the chairman asks 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 about this. The real 𝐁𝐨𝐬𝐬 was giving him instructions, but because of the glitch, he could not hear anything. And Dong tells the chairman that yes, this is true. He has a daughter, but he found out about this after the accident. Dong says that if you do not give even a rupee from the company because of living with my family, then I agree to this. The chairman is also not angry with him, and seeing this, 𝐁𝐴's wife leaves from here. Now after this, the chairman tells 𝐁𝐴 that you can do whatever you want. Dong is now happy and leaves from here. Seeing the real 𝐁𝐴 outside, he is very happy that Dong took care of everything, but now his wife gets angry and beats him. 𝐁𝐴 pushes Dong and comes in front of the car, which injures 𝐁𝐴 a lot. He is immediately taken to the hospital, where Mi-sun and Yoon also reach. Here Yoon sees 𝐁𝐴's real body and says, "Mom, this is my dad, right? You hid his photo from me, but I saw that photo." Here the real 𝐁𝐴 who was in Dong's body. He says that yes, I am your dad. Yoon starts getting worried and thinks that what is going on? Did my mother really marry my friend? Now while talking, the real 𝐁𝐴 becomes unconscious, and with this, Dong, who is also present in 𝐁𝐴's body, also becomes unconscious. Then after a while, 𝐁𝐴 comes to his senses in the operation room, where the owner of the same restaurant is in front of him. With this, 𝐁𝐴 understands that this lady was involved in switching souls. That lady now tells 𝐁𝐴 to sleep. Now the story goes 6 months ahead, where Dong had now returned to his real body. He comes to school discharged from the hospital, so all the kids start praising him.